Blog Talk Radio. Hi, everyone. Welcome to The Wellness Coach on Blog Talk Radio. I'm your host, Edie Summers, and we have a really special interview today with two incredible individuals. If you're interested in creating financial freedom, this is the place to be. I encourage you to listen in and learn from the best. I have in the studio with me today Mike Klingler and Robert Hollis. So I'm going to introduce them first and then bring them into the studio. And we're going to be talking about how you can start to create financial freedom. Mike Klingler got his start in the network marketing industry in 1996 when he jumped in full-time in his early 20s. By 2003, he had created an online marketing system for his company that generated 7 figures in its first month, transitioning him into the industry as a marketing consultant and trainer. He had his first $1 million day launch in 2009 and went on to develop several 7-figure businesses outside the networking industry. A health challenge got him hunting for health solutions that led him to My Daily Choices CBD line. After months of due diligence and testing over 20 other competing products on himself and 24 others, Mike joined My Daily Choice. He hit 50K affiliate rank his first month and is now focused on helping others reach their goals, like you, with an emphasis on simplicity and having lots of fun along the way. My other very special guest is Robert Hollis. Robert Hollis is an author, speaker, personal coach, mentor, and life strategist to millions. Robert's books, How Is That Working? Unshackled to Free. These books are the rags to riches story that talk about his amazing comeback from a tragic accident and his humble start in life. How Is That Working? Reached #1 in many categories on Amazon and continues to inspire and motivate those in all walks of life. Robert is known as the millionaire's mentor, with a documented 59 millionaires who credit him as their business mentor and has earned over $54 million in commissions. In an effort to create more millionaire success stories worldwide and to continue his Give It Forward philosophy, Robert has created an online mentorship program grounded in the social media platform that is focused on educational training, called roberthollis.com. This combination of social media and education is a missing link. The membership goal is 1 million, and currently it has an enrollment of over 187,000 students and continues to climb daily. And as a life and business strategist, Robert Hollis seizes every opportunity to encourage those who will listen to take ownership of their economic future. He is on a mission to inspire people to reach for their dreams and beyond. His specific focus is to teach people how to identify the best income opportunities and train them on exactly how to master the skills, methods, and techniques to build these opportunities into massive profitability. Robert Hollis leads people on a clear path to success, and he has built personally several successful online businesses as well, like Mike, including one that serves a satisfied customer base of over 1 million people in many countries. He helps people to understand 2 of the most important elements to business building: multiple income streams and residual income. And his businesses have yielded him a residual income of over $2.5 million a year. And just as important, he has trained thousands of people to follow his path of generating that multiple and residual income stream, which is what we're going to be talking about today. So again, I encourage you to listen closely. Robert is down to earth, engaging, vibrant, warm, and has a fabulous sense of humor. I can attest to that, with hidden golden nuggets. And he has inspired and entertained crowds of people from all walks of life and all over the globe. Once you hear Robert Hollis speak, and I would add Mike to that as well, you will see by why their mentoring styles are so effective, and also why Robert's style is like no other on this planet and loved by so many. So I'm going to bring Mike and Robert into the studio here just a moment. Let me unmute their mics. And hi, Mike and Robert. Hang on just a moment. Hi, Mike and Robert. How are you both doing today? Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks so much, Edie. Can you hear me?
I can. And can everybody hear me? I know we're probably all using our cell phones here. I used to use a landline. You can hear me? Oh, good. You guys, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. I know you're both so busy, and at the same time, I know that you're both helping people on a really personal level right now to reach their income goals. And I can't thank you enough both for being here and just taking time out of your busy schedules. I want to say that I want to let everyone know that I have the great honor of having both Mike and Robert as my business partners, and that is also possible for anyone listening. This is a really rare opportunity to work with two incredibly successful people. So I let's start with just a couple of questions, and I also want to just let people know that people might be listening. Maybe they want to create more income or residual income, or create financial freedom. People have all sorts of different reasons why they do things, or seek how to learn how to create more income. I know for me, I developed some health issues in my early 20s, and I realized at some point I would want to work for myself in some capacity. And for whatever reason you may be here, whether it's freedom or family or travel, or maybe creating more income to give back to causes that you care about, or maybe you have a personal life or health challenge like I did, and you are seeking alternative ways of creating income. Again, this is the place to be. And so I'm going to ask Mike and Robert just a couple questions, 2 questions each. Let's start with our first question. Mike, since you introduced me to Robert, I'll start with you, if that's okay.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. So, Mike, what would you say are some steps that someone should start taking now to be successful financially?
Well, we're just speaking in general.
It could just be in general. It could be mindset.
It starts in the mind. I just made a post earlier today that said it's basically all about unlearning everything you've learned about how hard and difficult life needs to be, and how hard making money needs to be, and learning how simple it can all be. I think a lot of us have just, especially those of us who are a little bit older like myself, going into 48, life, really, it felt like suffering almost for me in terms of entering the workforce. It felt like so much challenge, so much headwind that you had to move through. And then anyone that's been in the entrepreneurial space, there's all this headwind, all this. And I really think that's us bringing that from our past, from the way we were raised, how difficult making money and success has to be. It doesn't need to be. And in fact, it was me running into Robert Hollis that really, who's with us today, who really kind of opened me up to how simple it can be, that you can set your sails with the wind working for you instead of working against it. I really believe that most people are struggling to really reach their goals and live in abundance because they think it's supposed to be hard, so we literally make it hard. Now, I had a lot of 7- and 8-figure years as a marketer, year after year, but it's because I'm intense. I was able to, I would face the headwind, and I would say, I'm going to freaking do it. I'm not going to stop until I do it. And I would just go. It wasn't healthy. I wasn't having a good time. It wasn't a good example for my kids. And I knew that, but I was like, but it's better than the alternative to me was like letting the wind sweep me away like it did a lot of the people that I know around me who are constantly struggling financially, don't have any level of abundance whatsoever. But recently, and just the last few weeks even, working with Robert, I was like, oh, you can just flip the sail here and let the wind carry you. And then we can laugh and have a couple beers and just kick back and enjoy ourselves to the horizon.
Love it.
When you ask me what's the one thing people can do, if we're speaking in general terms and not a specific plan of action with what we do, if you're speaking in general terms, it's learning that you can flip the sails, you can have fun, you can surround yourself with people who are also doing the same thing, who laugh more, who have more fun, and it doesn't need to be hard. It can actually be quite easy to live in abundance, make a lot of money, and create whatever it is you're aiming to create. I think that would be my first suggestion.
Mike, I love that. That is, and I can feel that, and I can see that unfolding, I think, for everyone that's involved with both of you guys. And again, for anyone who's listening, there's a rare opportunity to work on a personal level with both Mike and Robert. So we'll mention that in just a little bit here. So thank you so much for that, Mike. So Robert, I'll ask the same question to you. It could be a step or steps. What would you recommend that someone take to start being successful financially?
Well, excellent. And I agree with Mike totally. And Edie, again, thank you so much for, hosting this and allowing Mike and I to share with people, how we became successful. One of the things about me is I used to be an auto mechanic, and everything that I learned in life, I learned from somebody else that was already good at doing it. And so my number one suggestion, there's a book out there called The Science of Getting Rich, and rich has nothing to do with just income. It has to be rich in life. And that book was the book, that was written 20 years before Think and Grow Rich. And I'll never forget when I first read that book that it said, you become who you hang around. I was like, oh, my God, I need to get some new friends. and because I was sort of the individual that was, I was making a little bit more money than the rest of my friends, and it sort of made me like a big fish in a small pond. You can't really grow until you reach out and find somebody like Mike that you can learn from. And when you find someone that already knows how to do it, they've already documented doing it, and they've also helped other people never work for anybody ever again. Well, now you can grab on, listen to these new paradigms, new way of thinking, and when you're around a bunch of people that are doing it the same as you and I and Mike, now you're working with people that are actually making a difference, a big impact, and making some incredible income so they can make better choices in their lives and also give more money to people in need. So my number one thing will always be, find a mentor. I learned how to drive a car from someone that knew how to drive a car. I learned to walk and talk from people that walked and talked. I learned to be an employee by hanging around other employees.
I love that, Robert. And it's so true. And that's why, I thank you so much for sharing that insight, and to both of you. I think that's such a great way to kind of start this conversation. And I know we only have a little bit of time here, so we're trying to, for anyone who's listening, obviously we're packing a lot in here. However, it can be simple. Like Mike was saying, keep it simple. And then also, like Robert was saying, align yourself with people who have already been successful, like where you're trying to go, where you hope to go. Align yourself with people who are already successful. I know, Mike, I saw you wrote in one of your emails that, you want to, I forget the exact wording, but, you want to follow people that have already been successful I forget your exact wording, but it's so true, and that's what I'm doing. And I'm so grateful. I have the great honor, like I mentioned, of working directly with Mike and Klingler. These are both incredibly accomplished individuals and self-made millionaires, and I feel extremely blessed to have met both of them. So for anyone listening, thank you so much, Mike and Robert, for sharing those really valuable insights in terms of starting on the road to creating financial independence. And let's take a really, really short break. And when we come back, we're going to dive into my second question, which is a very specific step, the next best step that someone could take in order to create financial freedom. And we'll be right back, everyone. You're listening to The Wellness Coach on Blog Talk Radio. And by the way, we're broadcasting live today in the Entrepreneur section. We'll be right back. Hi, everyone. Welcome back. And again, you're listening to The Wellness Coach on Blog Talk Radio, and I'm your host, Edie Summers, and I am, again, so grateful, and I feel very fortunate to have met Mike Klingler and Robert Hollis, and they are my mentors and personal success coaches, and I'm very lucky to be working with them personally on a personal level, and that's also a possibility for you, anyone who's listening. That is a huge and rare opportunity to come work with us directly. So that's my second question. Again, I'm going to start with Mike. Mike, what would be, so let me just really quickly say that, Robert, I heard you saying, I watched Jenna's interview with you, which was fantastic, and in My Daily Choice, which we'll mention in just a little bit here. But, Robert, I know that you were mentioning that if there were a better opportunity right now, you would be there, but this is the best opportunity.
Correct.
So,
yeah.
So and so people listening might be wondering, what are they referring to? And so really quickly, there is a way that you can, like I mentioned, work with Mike and Robert on a personal level. They are being incredibly generous with their time, and they will, work with you on Facebook and on Zoom and help you take the next best step to start creating, whether you want to create just a few checks, or maybe you're looking for creating, starting to recreate that residual income, which could be life-changing. I'll mention a little bit more about how you can start to join us in that process. But Mike, what would, in your opinion, if someone were looking to be successful financially, and given what we're talking about here, what would be the next best step that you would recommend someone take?
To not do it alone. So this connects to what Robert was talking about surrounding yourself with people and learning from people that have already had success, so that you're not having to learn things the hard way. But to take that even one step further, find an organization, a team, and a system that has a system that you can just plug into, so you don't have to do everything on your own and you're not starting from scratch. For example, in our company, the organization, the company develops the products for us. I don't have to worry about manufacturing. I don't have to worry about labeling. I don't have to worry about all the employees that have to run all of that. I don't have to worry about warehousing. Now, I know some people here might have been just putting a brand together, right, doing online business. You didn't have to think about all those things, but you still had to develop all the digital products. You had to do all of the marketing yourself. You have to do the hiring of the designers if you have an online business. You have to put your marketing funnel together. It is a lot. And, some personalities can do all of that. And, I did do all of that, but it was a real headwind that I had to walk into and maintain, to be able to manage an entire company and organization on my own from A to Z and put all of that together. So going back to, turning that sale to a much easier path and connecting to what Robert was saying about, following people who've been successful, you want to find a team, including an organization and a company with a system that you can step into so that it's really, really simple for you to just do what you're good at. And for many people, it would be a lot of fun to just be able to connect with people that have a high vibe, a great energy that you love talking and working with. I love working with you, Edie. I love working with Robert. And so the work, that allows me just to be myself and operate within a system where all of the value is already created by the company and the shipping and everything else, the product value that's created. And the checks are just sent out to us for helping expand the company, doing what we really love to do, which is connecting with like-minded people, making a positive impact in the world. So align yourself with a company, an organization, and a system that allows you to make a lot of money without having to work so hard, because you don't have to create the whole company and organization and the value from top down.
Love that, Mike. Thank you so much for saying that. So well said. And yeah, I couldn't agree more. It's keep it simple and do what's already working and learn from people that are that already have been there. And of course, there's a company that we're all involved with that is super, super well run. And we'll give you a way to check that out more very shortly here. And so thank you so much, Mike, for sharing that. And so, Robert, I'm going to ask the same question to you. What would you recommend is the next best step for someone to take if they're feeling like they're ready, truly ready to start becoming successful financially and creating income and even residual income?
Well, again, Edie, thank you so much for having us on here, and I agree with Mike. It's neat that he normally says stuff that I say, so now I got to come up with something better.
It's all good.
But I'll do my best here. The one thing that a lot of business opportunities have available, right now during these crisis times, Google, you can Google, the words that are trending right now. And one of the words, of course, is the crazy stuff with COVID. And the other one is, how can I make money at home?
Oh, wow.
I thought it was really interesting that, it's now over 50 million people that are unemployed just in the United States. And the government now thinks that the best thing for them to do is take it from 600 down to 200. And I'm just like going, what is going on in this world? But in the midst of that, the company that we're with, Edie and Mike, is, as you know, we're breaking records for the last 5 months in a row. My business keeps doubling in volume and also in income. And so what's really unique, I believe, is there's a lot of great opportunities out there, but find one with momentum. And a lot of people, there's three kinds of momentum. There's, creating momentum, which, believe it or not, is the most difficult, and then maintaining momentum. And then the last one, which is also difficult, is like reinventing yourself, advancing momentum. And so in 30 years, I think that Mike would concur on this and agree that, I've been in places where with all my talent, all my skills, everything that I have, I've gotten involved with opportunities, and the company and the world wasn't in momentum. And so because it wasn't, it was extremely difficult. And I mean difficult for people like Mike and I that have been doing this forever. So if you're brand new to this industry of making money online, man, it's really going to be difficult for you. And that's where all the rumors come from. I've tried these multiple times, and I haven't done well. First of all, I'd say don't give up. And secondly, is if when you're in a company with momentum, it's like a sports team in momentum. If you're going to be drafted into a sports team, would you like to be the one that just had 2 years in a row of winning the world championship? That's a great momentum. And the one thing that's unique about this company is that right now we've grown over 1,000%. The company has won Bravo Awards for being the fastest growing company of its kind. So it makes all of us look pretty good when you're in a company that's expanding and growing that fast.
Absolutely, and so well said, Robert. And on that note, thank you so much for sharing your insights. And people might be wondering what we're even talking about. I'm going to share a link where you can just grab a free spot and look around. And, of course, if you grab a free spot, we'll contact you. And then, of course, you can talk to Robert and I on a more personal level. So, like I said, Mike and Robert are super involved. So they're here to help you be successful. So the link is bit.ly/freedom OPP. So again, it's bit.ly/freedom OP, and that's with 2 P's. And so go ahead and just grab a free spot and check out the videos in the back, and we'll contact you and let you know what the next best step is to take, and I'll introduce you to Mike and Robert, and we'll go from there. So we have just a few minutes here. I want to thank both of you, Mike and Robert, so much for your invaluable insights, and I can't recommend to everyone enough to have, really seize the opportunity to work with these gentlemen directly. Again, this is a very unique time, and both of these guys are so amazing at giving back and giving their time, and of course they're incredibly successful, and they really genuinely want to help other people succeed. And there's so many ways to succeed. I believe that anything is possible, and I truly feel that now. Just align yourself with people that are already there, like Mike and Robert. So again, really quickly, that bit link is bit.ly/freedom OPP. And just grab a free spot and look around. We'll get back to you. We have just a few minutes here. Mike and Robert, is there any final insight or takeaway or anything at all that you would like to share? Robert, let me start with you this time. Anything that comes to mind for you, could be anything at all.
Yes, what I would like to share with everyone is the same thing that my mentor shared with me. I know that I'm very blessed and get a lot of accolades, but to be really brutally honest, I'm just an average guy that attempted some above average things. And I get to stand on the shoulders of mentors that showed me exactly what to do. So I want to tell every one of you during these wild times that, don't give up hope. I believe in you, and if no one's ever given you permission to succeed in life, let Mike and Edie and I be the first. My mentors told me that they believed in me. They believed that I could do it because they have done it for other people. And so I just ask you to really say, wow, maybe this is it. A lot of people are like, well, what if this is really true? What if you can get involved with us for free? What if you can learn from Mike and I and Edie for free? What if we would grab your hands and show you exactly step by step on how to do this? Just what if? So make sure that you, click on that link that Edie talked about. And the last thing I'll say is, if not now, when? And if not this, then what? And then if not you, then who? So thank you, Edie. I appreciate you so much.
Thank you, Robert. I appreciate you so much, and that was super well said. And Mike, is there anything that you would like to say, or do you have any final takeaways or final thoughts?
The only thing I just wanted to say, because I couldn't help but notice, and knew that you're a wellness coach. And the topic of today was, and the topic of today was learn how to create financial freedom with Robert Hollis and Mike Klingler. And again, I want to thank you for having us here to talk about that, because yes, while this company has a number of really high quality, high impact wellness products, what I think a lot of people really want to get in touch with is financial freedom and abundance, and having fun doing what you're doing to make money and to accomplish your financial goals. Having fun while you're doing that, and doing it with really positive people, that's a big part of wellness too. So following up on what Robert shared there, definitely check this out. Edie's one of the most amazing people you can work with, and we would also look forward to connecting with any and all of you who have an interest in learning more after checking out the link. So looking forward to it.
Thank you, Mike, and thank you, Mike and Robert, so much. You guys, this is such an honor, and it's been so wonderful to speak with both of you. Obviously, I'll see you both back on Zoom and Facebook and beyond. And everyone, thank you so much for listening. Again, if you're interested in finding out more about how you can really get the support that you need and really join an incredible company, you can grab a free spot and just look around. And like I said, we'll get back to you. The link again is bit.ly/freedom, the word freedom, and then OPP. And we want to thank you so much for listening today. Again, Mike and Robert, thank you so much. And everybody, we all hope you have a really great day wherever you are in this world. Remember to make it a great day. And Robert and Mike, thanks again. I really appreciate both of you.
Thank you, Edie.
All right. Thank you, Edie. Thank you, Robert. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye, guys. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
And everyone, bye-bye. And everyone, you've been listening to The Wellness Coach on Blog Talk Radio. And again, I hope you have a really great day wherever you are in this amazing world of ours. And yes, Mike made a really great point that part of wellness is that, kind of that financial wellness. And, I think a lot of us feel sort of maybe lost and confused about how to exactly make that happen. And one of the best ways to make it happen, again, like Mike and Robert were both saying, is to connect with people who are already successful financially. So I encourage you to join us. Come check it out. It's free to join, and this is a really rare opportunity to work with these incredible gentlemen who are already so successful, and they're giving back, and they're helping us to get to the same place. Again, the link is bit.ly/freedomop. Come check it out, and we'll see you on the inside. Take care, everyone, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.